Strawberry Frappuccinos and a Black Leather Jacket. Chapter 10. A Hacking Good Deal. Written and narrated by Eleanor Rose. Artwork provided by Marlene Bruus. Chloe heard a ring from her purse and reached over to grab it. It was late afternoon already, but she was stuck in the studio working on some designs. "Hello?" She answered her phone.
Hey, it's Max. I've got the, login info. Where do you want me to give it to you?
Would you be able to bring it to my room in, say, an hour? Chloe asked, examining her nails out of habit.
Yeah, I'm here at the hotel now anyway, so I could just...
Leave it in my vanity then, okay?
Sounds good.
So I can just log into the account and use it, and no one will know?
Not exactly. I've disabled the notify me when someone logs in from a new phone, but if you start messaging and the original user has their phone on, they'll see the messages.
And if they don't?
Then you can delete them before they find out.
So if they don't have the phone with them, they won't notice anything, right?
Ideally, yes.
Great. Thanks, Max. Chloe hung up the phone and thought about her next move. There were a couple of ways this could play out, but even the worst case scenario ended in, oh, I was hacked. Nothing would trace back to her unless someone in her life knew Ladybug personally. She sent off a quick text to Adrian letting him know that she'd be available for dinner in a few hours if he were willing to wait, and gathered her things. She knew leaving now would put her behind schedule, but if she came in after dinner with Adrian, she'd catch up. Besides, preserving this relationship came first. Chloe stood up and gathered her things while the gorilla went ahead to pull the car around. She had once been worried that she'd mix up the different types of apes on a test she had in 4th grade and, because of a joke Adrian made about her bodyguard, she always remembered what a gorilla looked like. The thought of it made her chuckle to herself. He had already promised to marry her then, and, true to her little girl dreams, she was dating him. They passed the cafe on the way home and, because Adrian hadn't responded yet, she called him. There wasn't a response, so Chloe assumed he hadn't found his phone yet. "Hey," she said, grabbing her driver's attention. "Mind if we stop here first?" The gorilla went around the block to drop her off at the cafe. Walking up to the door, a raven-haired girl walked past, almost hitting her with what looked like a bolt of sparkly purple fabric. "Watch it!" she yelled. "Oh, sorry." The girl swung around to apologize, almost hitting Chloe again. She was about to tell the stranger off when she remembered 2 things. 1, she's in front of Adrian's cafe and shouldn't make a scene, and 2, there was an off chance this girl worked in fashion, and Chloe learned about burning bridges the hard way with Blair Waldorf's daughter. Chloe tightened her lips into a smile. "Fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it." "Are you going in?" the girl asked. Yeah," Chloe began, a bit confused that the girl was continuing the conversation. "I'm, just checking to see if my boyfriend's here." "Does he come here a lot?" "Yeah, he works here." "Really?" The girl adjusted her grip on the bolt of fabric. "What's his name? I might know him." "Adrian," Chloe said, feeling her false smile turn into a real one at the thought of him. "He's the assistant manager." "Oh." The girl's face slacked for a moment before smiling again. "You must be Chloe." Yeah." Chloe blinked, a bit startled that this girl knew her name. How do you... Adrian's mentioned you to me before, she said, looking away for a moment. And you are? Oh, sorry, the girl began. I'm Marinette. A few days back, the cafe ran out of whipped cream, and I work in the bakery over there. She gestured to a building on the corner. So I got some for him. I remember that, Chloe exclaimed. I went to see him after I finished a pattern design, and his hands were stained with raspberry juice because he was trying to make you a thank you drink, right? Yeah, she nodded, letting out an uncomfortable laugh. That was me. Thank you for helping him out, Chloe continued. Honestly, I'm not sure why he didn't just use a flavor syrup, but... Hey, what's the fabric for? This? Oh, I just kind of, hobby? What kind? Clothes? Dolls? DIY crafts? Well, Marinette stammered, setting down the bolt to lean on it. I... cosplay? Cosplay? Chloe raised an eyebrow. Yeah, it's when somebody... I know what cosplay is, Chloe cut in. I'm just surprised you're using satin fabric after all. It's hard to work with for beginners. Oh, that's right, Marinette said, her shoulders beginning to relax. It's not a problem. I've been making clothes my whole life. I actually run a custom order cosplay shop. Oh, wow. Cosplay was quite challenging, and if this girl was selling her outfits professionally, then she must be good. Yeah, it really helps me be creative, Marinette grinned, talking to Chloe as a friend. I got an order a few months ago that had a ton of denim. Ew, gross! She fought back a laugh. Denim is so hard to work with. I know, right? Like, who even invented it? It's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. The girls laughed at the joke they made, and Chloe felt her pocket buzz with a text. It was the gorilla asking if she finished yet. I gotta go, Chloe said, stepping away from the door. Aren't you going to... Marinette gestured for her to go to it. Nah, Chloe sighed. I don't have the time. I've got a big project going on, so I figured I would run in quickly. But if he were in there, he would have come out to say hi by now. Yeah, that does sound like Adrian. Anyway, good luck with your project. Chloe waved goodbye, stepping over to the car that pulled up. Thanks, Marinette said, picking her bolt of cloth up and hoisting it over her shoulder. It's nice to have a face to the name. Chloe got in the car and let Gorilla know it was time to go home. She did think that cosplaying in anime was for dorks, but recently found out that Adrian liked it, so she learned to hold her tongue. He even wanted to do a couples cosplay with her a while back, but she refused. Since then, she looked a little more into the costume-based clothes and found some inspiration from them, and slowly developed respect for the art form. He didn't know this yet, but she had designed Cat Noir and Ladybug outfits. She knew he would like her part of it. A 1950s Audrey Hepburn-style red and black polka dot dress, a skinny black belt around the center, and a black choker with matching gloves. It would be perfect for the upcoming Versailles masquerade ball if he agreed to go with her. Not that he'd refuse. She felt her phone vibrating through her purse and rummaged for it, hoping it was Adrian. She rolled her eyes when she saw it was Max. What? Chloe rolled her eyes.
So, I left a notebook on your coffee table instead of your desk. Will that be a problem?
Max asked, his voice crackling from a weak connection. No, Chloe said, biting her tongue from making a snide remark. Adrian worked with her on toning down snarkiness, but even after 6 months, it was still hard to do.
That's fine. I'll make sure you get paid for your service. Thanks, ma'am.
And Max?
Yes?
If you breathe a word of this to anyone, ever, you'll rue the day you started working for my daddy.
Yes, ma'am.
Chloe hung up on Max just as the car pulled up to the hotel she called home. She hurried up to her room, worried that she'd chicken out last minute if she didn't do it right then. She opened her laptop and found the notebook Max left the username in. Her fingers shook as she pulled up Twitter, knowing she only had one shot at this. Keystroke by keystroke, she typed in the username. C-A. Her phone vibrated, scaring her out of her seat. Calm down, Chloe, she thought to herself.
Everything's fine. You're fine. This is fine.
She glanced at the phone, seeing that it was her father, and turned it off. Remember, this is for Adrian. T-N-O-R-O-F-F-I-C-I-A-L. She glanced back at the notebook for the password. JACKATSNSP0TS. She held her breath as she hit the login button, as though her computer knew what she was doing. A moment later, Cat Noir's dash appeared on her screen. It was tempting to scroll through, but Chloe had a more important plan. She cracked her knuckles and went to the search bar. At Ladybug Spots. She quickly glanced through the most recent conversation between the two. Huh, Chloe thought to herself. Is she having trouble designing the outfits? It didn't matter. She scooted herself a little closer to the laptop and started typing. Hey, Bugaboo. I heard that you're going to be making an appearance at the Jagged Stone concert. Smiley face? No smiley face? Chloe hesitated, unsure of what the real Cat Noir would say. Better play it safe. Chloe sat there for what felt like forever waiting for a reply. 10 minutes later, a message popped up from Ladybug. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that the news reached your ears, silly kitty. Ha ha, Chloe typed, wishing that she could be talking to her idol under different circumstances. Are you excited? To be honest, I'm a little nervous. Nervous? What could she be nervous about? Was she not the faceless skinny girl who modeled the Instagram shots, and instead a closet fatty? Is that why she hadn't shown herself in public before? Why's that, my lady? Worried that the cat'll get your tongue? Or that you'll trip up the stairs in front of a reporter? Yes. Oh. Chloe had just been making some light banter with her, but she was dead on. Do you not want to go? She typed, breathing heavily in anticipation. If she pulled this off, then it would be better than her first plan, and add some truth to this mixed-up misunderstanding between her and Adrian. Not really, no. If you want, I can have one of my friends pretend to be you. Chloe typed slowly, unsure of how this would play out. I don't know, Kat. I was the one who accepted, so I should be the one to go. But you don't want to go. It's complicated. Is it? Look, LB, you can add a mask to the outfit, and she'll walk on stage when mentioned, wave a little, smile, and gracefully walk off stage. Chloe hoped she wasn't too pushy. I just don't know, Kat. I want you to do what's best for yourself. She's a personal friend and wouldn't tell anyone about this. What do you say? Chloe stared at the screen for the next 4 minutes, frozen and waiting for Ladybug's response. Okay. She jumped from her chair in excitement, almost knocking over a bottle onto the laptop. Great, she typed, her hands shaking. Let me send you her number so you can figure out when to get her measurements and pick up the outfit, okay? That sounds great, kitty. Chloe grabbed the burner phone Daddy made her keep in her purse for the number. She sent it to Ladybug and waited with bated breath for her next move. The burner vibrated in her hand with a text. It was Ladybug. Thank you, Cat Noir. I appreciate it, Ladybug messaged on Twitter. Chloe felt a stab in her heart for drawing in an innocent bystander, her idol of all people, into this. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you, my lady, she typed. Chloe waited a few minutes to see if Ladybug would respond, and, after seeing she wasn't going to, Chloe erased all of the messages exchanged. As long as she could convince the real Ladybug not to talk to the real Cat Noir about this, then she was safe. This is for Adrian, she told herself again, a weak effort to make herself feel better, and closed the laptop. This is for Adrian. End of chapter. Stay tuned for a sneak peek at next week's part. Chapter 11, Sneak Peek. Sweeter Than Fiction. Adrian visits Marinette at the bakery, and she ends up on a motorcycle on the way to a bookstore.